San Diego Opera has announced its new 2025-2026 lineup. General Director and CEO of the San Diego Opera, David Bennett, joins us now to share more. Good morning, David. Can you hit those high notes as well?
I can't, but it was great hearing you sing those earlier.
No, definitely not. But you know what? You guys have so many talented acts that are coming to the opera this season. Tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
So we have a very exciting season this year. We're expanding, which is a nice part of the story. So we've been doing 3 operas a year since coming out of COVID. We're expanding back to 4 operas. So 3 at the Civic Theater, October and February and March. And then we're also doing a small chamber opera at the Balboa. So that's a smaller theater in a smaller venue that will be in July this summer.
Now, I'm sure you hear from people all the time that opera can be intimidating if you haven't been to one.
Right.
What do you tell people? Because a lot of these have very specific storylines, have really history behind them, or fun shows to go and see. What do you tell those individuals?
All of opera is really elevated emotional experiences. So the big love, big passion, romance, a lot of comedy, sometimes tragedy, intrigue. So if you've not been, that's what you're going to experience. And opera is also very grand. So you have a combination of fabulous singing, orchestra, the very talented San Diego Symphony Orchestra on each of our performances. Beautiful sets, beautiful costumes, so it's a very elevated emotional experience.
Wow. Okay, so a few different ones here.
Yeah.
Pagliacci? Pagliacci.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that one.
So the Italian word for clowns. So it's a story about a group of commedia dell'arte clowns in a small town in Italy, and it's a very passionate intrigue, love story with a little bit of tragedy at the end. That's what we open with. We open on Halloween, October 31st.
Oh, so that fits for that,
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then in February, you're doing the Barber of Seville.
Barber of Seville, which is the big opera that we all know from cartoons with Figaro.
Oh.
Very funny, lighthearted romantic comedy. And we opened that on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
So that might be a good one if you're looking for an entry level, something that you're going to recognize. And then Carmen in March.
Yes, March 27th, we open Carmen. And that is the most popular, big, huge love story of all of opera about the very passionate gypsy Carmen in French. Very beautiful story.
And then, of course, you end with Fellow Travelers. That'll be taking place next July.
That's correct, at the Balboa Theater, and that's about a love story that happens during the McCarthy era in Washington, D.C. in the government. 2 people that fall in love with her that are employees of the government. So it's a story with a little bit of intrigue, but a very passionate love story also.
What's really cool about all of this is that these are things that people are going to recognize, even if you haven't been exposed to opera before. And you were just telling me as well, if you haven't been to the Civic Theater in a while, there has been some renovations that have been done.
The Civic Theater spent about $8 million this summer renovating the lobby of the theater. The interior spaces of the theater used to be full of sort of dark red colors, very saturated. Now it's very bright and white, and it looks like you're almost on the beach. It's very beautiful. So a new experience at the Civic Theater too.
Okay, how can people get tickets, find out more information about the shows?
We have lots of information on our website, which is www.stopera.org.
Okay, obviously looking forward to a fun season. Now I'm going to have Figaro in my head the rest of the day.
That was my job, so that's good.
I love that. So good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.